Well, I mean, isn't this outrageous? Gray's pub that displayed golly dolls closed. I mean, come on. I mean, these used to be, until relatively recently, just toys for children. I mean, there's nothing bad about the colour black. There's nothing bad about having a black face. Some human beings have got black faces, and some have white faces, and some have brown faces, and some have slightly yellow faces, I guess. I don't know. They're all human beings. But I mean, if they had white dolls there, would that be racist? Would it be racist to have white dolls in a bar in Lagos or um, Kampala or Nairobi? I don't think it would. I mean, nobody would even care. And yet this particular business has been forced to shut down. 5 Essex police officers removed the offensive dolls. Well, I'm sorry, who says they're offensive? You can't be offended by something unless you want to be offended. I mean, that is a personal decision. They're not offensive. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about them. Following a hate crime, you can't even get police to investigate burglaries. They won't do it. I know lots and lots of shops that have been subject to robbery and shoplifting. Because I speak to the managers and the security staff, police don't investigate. And yet the police have got time to go to a pub and remove a few bloody mascots and dolls and stuff. They're not offensive. There's nothing offensive about gollies. In fact, they're it's like Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. I mean, I saw Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben is actually a rather positive representation of a kindly, benevolent black man who has very delicious rice. I mean, Uncle Ben's rice, that was a good brand. I mean, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, I mean, come on, what's going on here? But if you're gay or transgender, they can promote you. Heineken and Carlsberg have told the pub to stop serving its lager, while maintenance company InServe refused to continue working on site. I mean, come on, that's simply not okay. She cited opposition from the Campaign for Rural Ale and suppliers and said, "I've had enough. I don't blame you, Bernice." Bernice? I think they've spelt it wrong. It's probably Bernice. I mean, vandalised, windows damaged, camera removed the pub. Pub of the year. I mean, camera. I mean, fuck off, man. She said the collection was donated by her late aunt. If they don't like it, they don't have to come through the door. Well, that's true. Nobody's forced to. Heineken said that stop supplying beer. I mean, who wants their shitty beer anyway? You bastards. After being made aware of the abhorrent display feature. Oh God. So, that's unbelievable. We believe pubs should be a place of inclusivity and respect for all people. So are they going to... I honestly, is there any evidence that this pub wouldn't serve black customers? I'm sure there are lots of black people out there who would be happy to buy a pint there and don't give a shit and don't even consider this an issue. I think this story should be brought to the attention of Candace Owens in America. I'm going to see if I can get my video to be reviewed by her. This is race baiting, isn't it? Our investigation is still ongoing. I mean, how can you investigate this? Some dolls. I mean, you can't investigate some dolls. Meanwhile, they get men to push their bloody crotch in children's faces in school libraries, and that's great. That's fine. They've been made aware of the decision to leave the pub. This is not good enough. The name for the dogs has been used as a racial slur. There's millions of racial slurs. So what? If you get angry with someone, you might use them. Most of us treat individuals as individuals. We all know people and have friends. Well, not all of us, but most of us we know people from different communities, and if they're nice, we get on with them. If they're not, we don't. Absolutely outrageous. Carlsberg and Heineken are shit anyway. And why would Cameron even want to be linked to Carlsberg and Heineken, which are garbage beers anyway?